top 3 teams in Korea. BOE is going to be the map pick for Ballistix. So I think we're going to see Hanzo Priority maybe taken in first pick for BlossoM, because you don't want to give one of the best Hanzos in the world Hanzo on his best map. I could argue that's SC's arena. Looking at the map pool available too, like there's a high chance Ballistix just takes us to Dragonshire after this. It could be a quick series potentially, G-Clef. If this next map goes the way that Ballistix wants it to be, I think they need to remove the Hanzo.
Yep, Hanzo really helped catching just clearing up all the camp. Also starting their own macro when they were trying to catch up in the game around level 10 in game 1. And not just that, they were also putting Jungha on Sonya, which is not something that never happened, but less common because Jungha often goes to more of a passive hero like Leoric or not a Murky. But what am I missing? Blaze, more of a passive, more providing some PC.
Wait, I think you meant Murky, right? Genji ban.
Murky just randomly came up as a solo lane in my head.
Hey, he is a solo laner. Is Murky not a solo laner? If he ends up coming into a draft, he's a solo laner. He doesn't mind solo queue games anyways when I encounter him. Like, Murky,
are you ever happy with that Murky?
when they changed the way that Murky's bubble works, where like pretty much you can blow up his little explodey fish thing with like all sorts of abilities, he became irrelevant. I would like to see a Murky buff. I would like to call for that. I would like to raise my hand and say, hello, yes, I'm calling to ask for a Murky buff.
When was the last Murky game in Korea? The Warhead Junction from KSP, back then MVP Black? I remember that one. Like beginning of 2017.
It's been a long time. Don't ask DK and some of the members of Miracle just went home about the Cloud9 game. Might not want to talk to you about that
yes,
one.
2015?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a little while for a little Merkster. Look, if they're worried about the game balance, they could just always nerf Chen to make up for the buff. I know that they like to do that. I think it's a fair deal, Blizzard. Take a Chen nerf, give me that Murky buff. Equivalent exchange, as they say.
That's very logical, but I will follow.
So they let Hanzo through. Taking the Medivh first pick again.
Here, they had Mafurian last time with Sonya. You want to do it again, but you will be having your Hanzo basically given. You're giving Hanzo to BlossoM. So they want to change it up. Steal that Garrosh away also.
Yeah, when I saw Hooligan laughing, I figured Garrosh was going to get locked in here. So you've removed one of the tools that they used to engage with the Medivh. You've left Sonya up. So that's the light at the end of the tunnel for BlossoM here. They can still lock in the Sonya. They can have a strong solo lane matchup. They can ban the Malthael. It was also strong on this map in general for the race. But is Tracer the better idea? It didn't work out last time against Ethereal. They can pick Tracer, ban the Ethereal this time, making it more difficult to prevent pulse bombs. Tracer's also quite strong on this map. We've seen Dudu even run on this map untouchable against certain teams because it gives you that extra damage. He's going to lock in the Tracer. They have Sonya, Tracer, Sonya. Or sorry, Medivh, Tracer, Sonya.
What?
I'm like, they have Sonya, Sonya, Sonya. By the way, they picked Sonya. It's pretty good.
The best. You have 3 solo lane, and you have 2 more. You send one for the camp, and the other one for the other camp.
If you and I have learned that, that's actually really funny.
You're controlling the entire macro, and the lane, and the team fight. You'll never lose.
You can never tell which Sonya is about to whirlwind. But
true.
I was gonna say it feels like it's been a long night for me because I got coffee, but I got it decaf, and it's, you know what, we might have to just never do that again.
Well, I actually am very against decaf. Why get coffee if you're getting decaf? Do you actually like the flavor of coffee?
Yeah, I do. Is something wrong with
Really?
that? Oh my god, proof that the Diablo Medivh synergy is real, by the way.
It's real. They already have Sonya too. Oh man, proven by Ballistix, everyone.
We gotta talk about something real quick, and I know you're probably thinking about what support they ban here, but I'm actually talking about you don't like the taste of coffee.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst, but I drink it more for the caffeine itself.
All right. Okay. Well, I just needed to know like what kind of person you were. So now you know, maybe.
Can we be friends though?
Yeah, we can still be friends.
Okay.
We can still be friends. I accept all sorts of coffee drinkers. You know, if you put sugar and cream in it, I personally think that's weird and a very distasteful thing to do. But you know what? That's fine. You can put A1 steak sauce on a nice steak, and I'll still like you. Okay.
Which I don't do. So
he doesn't do that, but I'm just saying.
Only some salt. That's it.
You know, if you're worried about my opinion of you, anyone in Twitch chat, like, and you put A1 steak sauce on a nice steak, like, we could still chill. Come talk to me at an event. We can hang out.
But Wolf won't be totally happy.
I will not get steak with you, though. So, Blaze Ban comes through. That's one of the soft counters to Tracer, obviously.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb for the bunker. And also pretty good for the solo lane as they have Sonya matchup.
So, what's going to be the pairing here for Ballistix? They just take a Li Ming, not a Lily, never. Or do they want to go into something like a Cassia? Like, after I said Lily, I was like, well, blinds would be good here. And then I'm like, Cassia's open. Tyrael is also an option, not very strong, obviously, in the matchup against Sonya. Like, who are you really going to have up there?
I was going to say not too bad, but after thinking Medivh with the portal, Cassia can't really escape. It's going to be super tough.
They're saving this pick for last. Dahaka's going to be against Sonya here, even with Malthael open, so they want to have global presence on the map. They want to be able to flank. We saw earlier from Frankel, though, that sometimes Dahaka can really struggle against a Tracer who's competent and very much on the ball with pulse bombs threatening the lane. Gondar discussing a lot about what his hero pick is going to be. The Anub'arak is still open.
ETC pretty tough against the Root and Garrosh and drag out all at the same time. That's so many things to actually stop the power slide from going in. And Diablo's out from the draft. What else do we have? A Muradin is a safe one, which also can just jump in along with your team comp when you want to dive in. Let's see if you're missing anything. ETC still?
Ana! If you guys wanted more Overwatch heroes in our draft, we're coming at you with the one we haven't seen in Part 2 a single time.
Only my Hero League few times. Isn't this our first Ana?
First of Part 2. We might have had one in Part 1. Maybe. I'm not even sure. You can check the data if you want.
Hold on, I have the papers here. One of these 200 papers that we have every day.
Ana is a really interesting choice. I don't even know who the main nano boost target is going to be. I assume Sonya.
I think it's mostly for the Sleep Dart.
Sleep
That's
Dart?
what I'm guessing.
Sleep Dart and also anti-heals, but also you can sustain so much with shields. It's just like Ana in Overwatch. Like, Zarya gives a shield, and then you heal through it. Medivh gives a shield, you heal through it. That's the idea here with this Ana, I think, in a lot of ways.
So Ana was picked once. And the other supports that we have not seen is Lily, Alexstrasza, and Tyrande.
Ana has a crazy amount of burst healing on a single target.
But for a Tracer, very hard. And also, when your team is diving in, it's actually super hard to heal your allies because you're matched up with all your enemies.
Yeah.
I am not really personally liking the Ana pick, but they have to be thinking ahead with something.
This is also reworked Ana. We have to remember that. So she has lifesteal, kind of. I mean, it's not a kind of, it's real, but it's not very strong lifesteal. It pulls some damage into, she does a small amount of damage, heals a little bit of that back to herself. If you could auto-attack your own allies, and not actually have her Q as a skill shot. I think Ana would be obviously a ton stronger, but she'd be like much less interesting, right?
Maybe if
But that's going to be the issue here. Just like you said, you're going to be accidentally shooting ETC when you're trying to hit the Tracer.
Maybe you will never hit Tracer. It's actually really, really hard. Maybe Sonya, maybe ETC, but other than that, I don't really see. If they had Li Ming, we could see why they're trying to do it. For that synergy. But this one is actually questionable. Let's see what they're thinking. BlossoM is always the one, always a team with a brilliant strategy.
Well,
maybe just to empower Sonya.
Well, you get basically 50% cooldown reduction. So it's 150% actually cooldown reduction. So you're 1.5 times faster on your cooldown, so you could hit more slams if you have enough fury. But like, will you have enough fury? It's gonna be like a faster spear. What I'm thinking is Pulse Bomb does 30% more damage. But you have to hit the Pulse Bomb during the Nano Boost. That's a small window of time, but it could work. Also, Medivh can Q like 18 times in 1 second if he hits people every time. It's going to do a little bit more damage, so Medivh could be the target of the Nano Boost. And let me just get this out. Let's put this out in the open already for you Eye of Horus apologists. I'm so sorry. It's not going to happen.
I think it's mostly for the Sleep Dart and the Bionic Grenade. Just not having the healing for that amount of time. And Sonya, Tracer, Pulse Bomb with the Poison Spear. I think they're looking for insta-kill without any tools to actually save the person.
So
that is like the only reason we can find here.
She went for Grenade Calibration at level 1, which is a questing talent where if she hits 20 enemies, she eventually gets larger duration, like from 4 to 12. It's actually insane. But you have to hit a lot of enemies, which means you're not using Grenade on your allies as much. But it can be quite strong. Let's just see how this unfolds.
That's fun.
There's another quest right there completed. Another tick. If she does 10, it does more damage as well. So it's like a 2-tiered quest.
Takes a long time to complete the entire thing, though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like post 10 minutes, I imagine.
And also Ballistix, they are not a comp that really clumps up together, so you can't really have multiple stacks.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
The time. Nasang would have to really go in for the perfect sleep darts.
The more common talent level 1 is the piercing darts, at least in the very few limited pro games of Autumn we've seen.
That's the usual one that most of the players also choose.
Going full bio grenade, going into airstrike at level 4 as well.
Well, let's see.
So basically you shoot it from really far away, but it takes a long time. I've like never seen somebody pick that before.
This is a build that I have not seen either from any of my personal games, including competitive, of course. But in the meantime, Hanzo is actually doing
good sleep here on the Magi too.
A lot of damage. So they're looking into a long game of BOE when they have Hanzo onto the other side.
Let's
see how well
they need to dive this now.
Here's the trouble power slide. Nicely done.
Good pulse. Really good coordination there. Gondar, can he get out though? If he gets a power slide, maybe. Good sleep onto SC. They can actually kill him. Nasang hits the long range sleep dart there. And now it's a double kill. There you go. That's how you make it happen. Removing both DPSs means that they can actually catch up on this race. Will they win it? It's tough to say. I don't think so, but it's a good start. All right, well, we'll see what he picks at level 7 as that comes around the corner. It could be the debilitating dart, given the build we're looking at right now. Would not be surprised. Can basically increase damage to a target.
Well, Ballistix, knowing that Anna's around now, that range is pretty big. so they have to poke from long range. Gladly they have Leeming and Hanzo.
Yeah. Best two heroes against this setup, if you ask me. Okay, they're looking for another potential pulse bomb here. Sleep Dart can guarantee.
After the portal, they have the cooldown time to work with the poke, so they don't even have to be close at all.
The problem is BlossoM's not actually... They're not actually trying to kill their own Immortal, they're just delaying here, and they failed to get a kill, so this isn't going to work. They're going to lose this Immortal. But Nasang is going to die as well. This didn't work out like they wanted, and it's kind of a disaster now. Good dodge there on that orb, but this is a heavily shielded Immortal. It's cool now when you can stand in front of an enemy team that's trying to get the Immortal, but when they have both best pokes in the game for this, like, Ballistix, you can make an argument about maybe they could have picked Malthael instead of Dahaka, but besides that, this is bar none the best comp you could ever ask for this map. Literally the best. Anyone would want this comp if they could get it. So, you need to, if you're going to go in like that and try to, you need to get kills, otherwise you need to step away, or you're going to lose members and lose the Immortal, which is what happened.
So Ballistix with the portal, they're making this engage. Great cleanse, still the pulse bomb. Good
pulse. Right after that cleanse even. This leads me to believe, based on how we're seeing this used, that the Nano will always be used on Tracer. Just for 30% extra AP damage on that pulse bomb.
Skill damage, I think they need the damage to get the snipe on the Leeming or Hanzo. The portal did work now, but oftentimes more failing because of that entangle.
Dudu almost built a pulse bomb already. If he had one, he would have maybe gone for the kill there. Onto the Hanzo. Taka getting a lot of extra experience here too in the top lane. That's something that BlossoM is missing right now. I feel like it is going to be a debilitating dart, by the way. But I feel like if BlossoM is trying to use this Ana like this, they need to be trying to invade. They need to be trying to get a lot of stacks for Ana. They need to be looking to deny the healing of Malfurion.
Ana herself is already a very high-skilled support, but she's building into a way that's even harder for him to. Of course, if you hit everything, it can work out pretty well, reducing the damage coming in from Leeming and also Hanzo.
Yeah.
But
it's
unless that happens,
4 seconds, like they basically for 4 seconds do half the damage.
But that's only if you hit though.
Yeah, and even if you do hit, if it's not in a relevant moment, then it doesn't matter anyways.
So they're really pushing this luck and all the individual. That's 2 more stacks.
Okay.
Nasang, if he doesn't really have the portal like last time, he will be the one dead. Not really having to escape.
He has not really missed a beat with his
Look
Qs,
at the communication though. Like Dudu stops when he's about to Q. So you can tell either Nasang is calling out for the Q times or Tracer is actually calling out, I need heal.
Either that or they just have played this so many times that they both like unspokenly are able to coordinate exactly the movements for these kind of things.
However they're doing it, it's working out.
And it's certainly working. Like the Qs are connected, the heals are coming through. We're very, very close to seeing who's going to get the first nano. Jonah gets caught up here being greedy. There's another biotic grenade preventing that heal, but does get out. Nano boost is locked in. Leyline seal, mosh pit. All the normals. Only Tracer holds.
Ooh, the Immortal gets that fancy FX.
BlossoM is losing this Immortal fight though. They need to get a pick. They need to get a kill. Portal could be the way they look to engage with that nano boost. They just don't have a lot of poke. They don't have any poke at all. That's kind of been the name of the game with these Medivh comps.
And Ballistix, if they defend this and make it into a long fight, both teams actually have 10. Their camp is pushing bot, so they'll be fine with this trade.
Okay, here comes Heroic coming out from Sonya. Gondar gets tossed here into the root, doesn't actually catch the root. They've lost control of the middle of this fight. It's now or never, I think, for BlossoM, where they're just going to lose another Immortal. Camp pushing, like you said.
Well, they're soaking in too much damage. There's a ley line, only catching 1. Oh,
Nano onto Medivh, by the way.
Also, Sleep Dart way too quick from Nasang. Didn't connect after the ley line. I think they were really trying to assassinate that Hanzo with the combo.
Nasang is healing so well that he's out of mana. That's pretty rare for Ana. Okay. Portal's up here for Gondor to get out. It just isn't working out.
Meanwhile,
Medivh only queued like one time during that nano as well.
slow race. And meanwhile, Campbell's pushing for the last 2 minutes now.
Yeah.
Wall's down, going to the keep, so BlossoM, they're going to lose everything, so might as well defend at least one of the two.
Well, they're not too behind in experience, but I think that's going to change here as this fort goes down to this massively shielded Immortal.
I think BlossoM is a good team. With the Portal, they want to force engage, but Ballistix, just knowing that their positioning is way too good, and they have picked the heroes so they can actually poke from such a long range.
SC gets caught here by Wiz's trap, but look at these roots again and again and again, delaying, but still Hanzo goes down.
And Deaka's very happy, pushing the bot keep, doing
Yep.
so much damage.
So this is a great kill and all, but that camp is still there. Bot keeps down. Top fort's down. Even if Hooligan goes down here, it's not the end of the world. Good sleep. They're leylining him. They really want him.
Actually buying much more time. So he'll be happy also.
Yeah. The core is under attack, but that's not going to be too significant.
This Immortal's doing the damage to the wall. And we'll be going down soon, but that's a good macro for Ballistix. They're still leading. They still have the macro control. Even more with the keep down. The longer the game goes, which they have been doing for the entire game, the macro will be working against BlossoM. And they have Hanzo. So what can be worse for BlossoM right now at this moment? They really have to initiate, but Ballistix really not letting them happen.
It's pretty rough. I mean, the pick has been overall good for healing, but they still have a lot of range damage. Would have liked this pick with a mage, like she used to be used with Li Ming, for example. See if Dart Whiffs here. Like Li Ming, I think would be cool. I think Jaina even would be all right with this.
Lots of mages.
Medivh gets the nano, and he only got like 1 Q off in that fight.
Cooldown also pretty good.
They just have no range, so when they lose control of the Immortal, they have to dive for kills with the portal, or they just lose it. And so far they've just been losing it. Then when they lose it, it's even worse because they don't have any range damage to deal with it.
Oh, look at their positioning. Body bush.
Ballistix is just super careful. Look at all the Moonfires coming down right now from Magi. Not having him.
Look at their positioning. They are never overextending. Hooligan the front line, of course.
Yeah, SC is the only person who's in a risky spot right now.
Look at that root, free root. Yep. All the time, every single time, in fact.
Not coming out of the portal. Now that Medivh's super meta, like everybody knows how to play against him. Because the play looks super coordinated from BlossoM, and they've definitely practiced this, I wonder if this is something that's kind of like leaking around scrims right now. Like, I wonder if we'll see this again. Like, there's always these mystery heroes we see, like the Probius Diana, where we wonder, like, huh, you know, like, is this viable? And after the Probius success yesterday, today I didn't want to say no to Diana. I just wanted to watch and see how it unfolded, but I want to say no now. It has simply not worked out. Okay, this is aggressive, but again, Ballistix respects it. Free root here. Matos, so much damage coming out from SC right now. They take control, but they need more than just a few pokes. They need more. They need kills. Wiz touches the Immortal. He's finally getting involved here. But Ballistix is going to have better position now. They have better poke. They have the better racing comp. 3v1 in terms of race. It's not going to be good for BlossoM.
Jongha brushes in, looking for that drag, but Dudu dodges it. Nicely done.
Wave of Force also makes this hell for ETC. He can't ever really make the mosh pit happen that he's looking for.
Now Core's under attack with the catapult.
Yeah. Well, I guess it will be in a second. Sentry ended up taking the brunt of it.
See, the camp is there, so we'll actually go through the shield.
Yep. They need to pull the trigger. They need to get in there. They need to go for a fight now. It's now or never. Because the core is going to start taking damage.
There's a great ley line.
Okay, looking for maybe a mosh here. Nano again onto Medivh. He has more protection, obviously, as well with this. Can Q a lot. They end up getting a kill. Force of Will does finish. I think Oz's quest might have finished as well. I did not actually see. But the core is going to go down, G-Clef. 50%. I think that's just game over. GG. They forgot. It almost feels like desperation at last fight. Totally doesn't work out. GG.
15.
I mean, they could just right-click on the core now. Ana's dead.
What a game.
Nice try, BlossoM. Remember, this is the team that showed us so many different unique strategies, from the first teams to pioneer the new Zeratul meta. Okay.
Pulse Bomb, Muggy, low mana, no ice block used right before.
SC is going to finish this Immortal. Has to go through the top fort, though. I guess this isn't technically over
comeback? Not likely. Super low on core. But they don't really have too much siege damage. They can't really poke into the core.
Yeah, but someone's always going to have to be looking at the bot push.
But of course, just one Immortal will be game.
What's been incredible to me for this game is BlossoM's pressure has really messed up Ballistix's macro. They got the structures, but they've never been able to really maintain a massive lead in experience. Part of that is BlossoM getting kills, because they do lead in that 8-3, but yeah, Ballistix is just always right ahead of them, but not massively. Okay, protection coming down here.
Taunt.
Nano coming once again. Onto Medivh, so he can circle protection more often.
A lot used on EDC, still survives. Isolation also used. But look at this pushing power. It's insane from BlossoM. They have the Immortal, of course, will be destroyed very soon, but Ballistic, it seemed like they were trying to teach the game. This game is about objective, not about getting kills.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Like they won the previous set as well with fewer kills than BlossoM. But BlossoM has this Immortal, it's going to go down. But they have no ranged poke, but they want to look for a portal push. Circle protection again, but 20 more seconds until that nano boost is available, and it's going to be the leyline seal for the retreat. Not good enough, though.
Every single time that happens.
Look at the heals, though, with the protection. Just goes so far for you. Hooligan getting up, getting very low here. Mosh pit totally shut down. Now they're on the retreat. I don't know if they're making it out of this one alive. Portal comes up, Gondor slips through it. Nasong trying to mount here, interrupted once by the Moonfire, but we'll get an opportunity now as they turn around to heal up. The protection plus heals is pretty crazy.
Oh man, look at that CC. Protection barely saved them.
But Wiz, he gets the protection, he gets the heals coming through from Ana. Now they're on a roll, now they've got this rhythm. And the macro doesn't matter because they're just constantly in this lane, dealing with the catapults one by one. They want more. Portal coming in. Is this real? Is this crazy? Is this thing actually going to happen?
Comeback from BlossoM.
They're pushing down this keep.
Hey, Heroes of Storm. 8.0 out of 10 now.
Yeah.
There's a way of coming back into the game.
Comeback mechanics.
It's real.
Turns out it's Ana and Medivh.
How weird does that sound, but it is real.
Finally, the Ballistix starts to get back involved in the macro. Dahaka split pushing top. They can't do this if both keeps are down. If both keeps are down, well, the longer they push like this, then eventually they're going to lose, they're going to lose their core, down at 7%. They also now have to be afraid of a potential backdoor. Very difficult to pull off when a Medivh is on the map, but, with only 7%, could do it. If they had Tyrael, they probably would have done it already.
Let's see how Ballistix wants to play this one out. They still have a major favorite into the game.
I would love to see BlossoM's, Ana's healing in this game as well. Okay, here we go. This is the best positional advantage BlossoM will ever have. Every time the Immortal switches after this, it's not going to be the same. This is their best shot at this. To be aggressive. Sonya soaking the lane, interestingly enough, gets them a level lead. They have scaling advantage right now. This is tense. Okay, there's the root, but the shields, the circle of protection has been good enough. Leyline seal, knocking away Jungha, but they just don't do enough damage. Modern Life's got that nano boost, but he's going to have to portal away. Oh
man, these portals are insane. Aggressively positioning Hooligans alone. There's a Pulse Bomb.
Pulse is good. There's the power slide and the face melt. Hooligans very low. He goes down here. This is just too much sustained healing coming in from the Ana. Look at the heal denies as well. Look at that biotic grenade, the armor, the healing. And now BlossoM gets this kill. They can maybe win their first Immortal of the game. Because they got that keep, they neutralized, they nullified the bot keep pressure.
Modern Life doing so well protecting his teammates. Every time when there's an orb, The focus fire from Li Ming and Hanzo. That circle of protection coming in all the time for his allies. Li Ming is never getting that reset.
Never indeed.
But
this is...
Hanzo did a lot of damage within that couple seconds that he had time.
They are going to win this Immortal. Ballistix has to wait for Garrosh to respawn. Always being threatened right now. This is so strong against burst damage from Li Ming because you just have protection, and somebody's super low, you protect them long enough to heal them, because Ana has crazy fast, the highest single target healing in the game. Like, bar none. There is no one who could heal one target as fast as Ana can. Besides Morales, I guess. Okay?
Yes, Morales over time, of course.
But, like, Ana can just keep healing through these targets, and then Circle Protection protects 5 people, then a Biotic Grenade hits 5 people, then more and more healing comes out, and suddenly this comp makes sense.
Of course, with the Circle of Protection, they'll be together. Perfect place to throw the grenade for all the heals. The bonus heal that you can get from the grenade, of course.
They checked for the back door, by the way, because everyone from Ballistix went back
just
to
in case
their base, so they didn't know if the back door was happening. That's why this
Look
looks
at that
really silly.
shield just bursting away.
Hanzo's like, I'm Hanzo, by the way.
Plus Li Ming.
Li Ming and Hanzo are like the best duo. They were more iconic.
They had like
duo
more than
killing
half the
Immortals.
shield, but it's already gone. But Portal's coming in.
Well, they're here now. You can portal everybody in at the same time, circle protect everyone, the bio heal them, and if everyone's getting on top of you, you also deny healing on the other side from the Malfurion.
It took a long time, but now that they have all the power, a lot of steps onto the quest. It's actually super powerful.
Sleep onto SC. Yes, gonna get over the wall. Insta mounts, comes back around. Augie dropping out the Transcendence here, the Tranquility, excuse me.
While they're looking for an angle. Moshi was cancelled, but this keep is going down.
Both keeps are down now. They could actually get another kill here, win the game.
Immortal super low, getting that drag, but protection always.
Okay, Immortal onto the core, but I don't think they can stay much longer. They've used all their heroics, with the exception of the Pulse. Protected, by the way!
BlossoM is 20.
They're gonna leave, though. I actually don't even know what the level 20 nano does.
More nano.
Oh, it gives them lifesteal. I actually didn't even know that. We've like never seen that ever. Like literally ever, never, ever in Korea. I might have been used at BlizzCon, but like the games that MVP Black played at BlizzCon with Ana were won before 20 almost every time.
They're holding that 7%. Ballistix, they're lacking in siege. They don't have someone like a Sonya Greymane to finish off. There's a sleep. But burst damage comes in, Garrosh dies! This may be game over! Hyaka dies also, BlossoMs got game 2 for themselves!
What a comeback here! The Nano Boost doing a little bit of extra work here for Modern Life. Protection coming through, Mosh Pit onto Li Ming, Magi desperately trying to use his Tranquility to buy time, but it is not going to happen. BlossoM will get the comeback win here, 23 minutes of Battlefield of Eternity.
IGN was right, 8.0 out of 10.
You know, I was literally writing the obituary when the core push happened. I wrote the obituary. I was saying, you know, this team has been so good at finding new creative ways. They pioneered how Zeratul was played last year. They pioneered the Cho'Gall meta with Ariel. They were the first team to really be running double support Ariel in Korea. And I was saying, you know, the Ana was a cool idea, but it just didn't work. It's like what I was going to say. Turned on its head real quick when the quest completed. Very difficult to deal with AoE shields. Let's look at the heals. 74k. She out-healed a Malfurion.
Wow. And also Medivh. 34. I have never seen that high of a number from Medivh. What a team play. That just shows they were all together. Absorbing all that damage with the force of will.
Well, Nasong, he did it, man. We thought he was going to play the Rhaegar. We thought he was going to play it safe, play it normal. He said no. We're tied up 1-1. And Ballistix is not going to walk away from tonight's victory with a #1 spot in the rankings.
That game